Back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about Canada Emergency Response Benefit or CERB eligibility criteria. Now this information is constantly changing, so to get the latest information, go to canada.ca, but I'm giving the best information I can based on today's information that's out there. I'm giving context to what parents can use in their everyday life and see if they're eligible for this or not. But if you're in doubt, speak to a lawyer, speak to a personal accountant, someone who knows your whole story and can help guide you. So without further ado, let's get into it. So let's go over the criteria. A lot of it has changed, but some of it has remained constant. You need to be 15 years or older to apply. You need to be residing in Canada. This has become a little bit more inclusive. So if you're a temporary worker, if you're an international student and you had a part-time job, something like that, if you're a permanent resident, and basically if you reside in Canada and you meet all the other requirements, then you will be eligible. You need a valid SIN card. You need to have at least $5,000 gross in the last 12 months preceding or in 2019. This could be a combination of self-employment, or it could be a combination of tips or anything you received in mat leave. You're eligible even if you're sick for a reason not COVID. This is new. And so is the next one. Seasonal workers are now eligible. So if you worked last summer and you can't get a job this summer, you can still apply for CERB. If you ran out of EI or sickness benefits between December 29th, 2019 or October 3rd, 2020, you can still apply. And you can apply for EI even if you are unemployed for a reason that's not related to COVID. Basically, that's a government acknowledging that in this environment, it's very difficult to find a new job. So that's good for you. You can still apply. So for the first claim of CERB, you have to have a time period of 14. So for the first claim in the first window that you're eligible for, you need to have at least 14 consecutive days of income, no more than $1,000. After that, any time period, and we'll go over the windows in just a second, any of those windows, if you earned more than $1,000, you're ineligible. If you earn less than $1,000, you can apply. And the good thing is it's not a top-up. So if you earned $999, then you will get $2,999. $2,000 from CERB and $999 that you made yourself. So something to keep in mind. You cannot quit your job voluntarily and apply. So if you decided you don't want to work anymore, sorry, you won't be eligible. So the biggest question is, should you apply with Unemployment Insurance and Service Canada, or if you should apply with CRA or Canada Revenue Agency? You should not apply with both. You can apply one or the other, and right now they're being pretty forgiving if you apply with one or the other, but if you apply with both and try to double dip, that is going to come back and haunt you. I'll give you a quick rundown of who you should apply with. If you were self-employed prior to all of this starting, then you should apply with CRA. If you were full-time employed and you had a regular paycheck coming in, then you should apply with Unemployment Insurance or EI. If you worked part-time, that's 30 hours or less, for at least 8 months in the last 12 months, then you should apply through EI. If you worked part-time, so again, 30 hours a week or less, and you worked less than 8 out of the 12 months, you apply with CRA. I'll leave that up for another second. Hopefully that helps solve the confusion a little bit. Again, apply with only one, not both. That is the most important thing. You need to keep reapplying. You don't have automatic re-enrollment or anything like that. So if you apply through EI, you need to apply every 2 weeks and just let them know that nothing has changed and there's a little questionnaire, so they tell you if something has changed, if you want to pay back the last amount, or if you're still eligible. And the same thing is with CRA, except you need to apply once every 4 weeks within the windows. So here are the eligibility windows. They're basically 4-week periods starting March 15th. So if in any of these windows you had more income than $1,000, you can come back and give a refund. Actually, this is already outdated. Let me correct it. So forgive my bad handwriting. You are actually eligible for 24 weeks or 6 periods going forward. So this is where it goes from $8,000 to $12,000 max eligibility. Keep proof. CRA is validating a lot of these claims that people are making, and right now they're giving money out, but they will come back and check later on to see if you qualified or not. So the biggest thing right now is people trying to qualify when they don't actually qualify. So if you had a job and you turned it down, or you made more than $1,000 in a particular window, but you're trying to move things around, something like that, CRA might come back and question it later. So keep proof of all of that. If you need to care for your child, but your daycare has opened up, that's another thing that might make you ineligible. If that's the case, be honest. But it's actually going the other way a lot of the time. So you had a spot before, schools are opening, daycares are opening, but they don't have a spot for you because of new distancing rules or guidelines. Where there were 15 kids before, now there can only be 10 individuals, including teachers. So that's like 8 students. If something like that is something you're caught up in, keep proof of that, keep emails so you can show CRA that no, I was not able to get childcare, and that's why I had to stay home with my young one. Keep proof of that and say, this is why I had to stay home with my child and I could not work. Like I mentioned, CRA is verifying claims and they're taking it very, very seriously. So if you're found to be ineligible, they will make you pay it back, but there might actually be penalties more than that. So be honest, make sure you know why you're eligible for it, why you're applying for it, and if you need it, use it. If you missed a window, all is not lost. If you can apply now and you couldn't before because of a new criteria change, or you just missed a window, not all is lost. You can still apply until December 2nd of this year. So keep an eye on updates, and if you qualify, if you need the money, get it. $43.5 billion have been paid out by this plan. You are not alone. If you need it, apply for it. Just make sure you're doing it the right way. And remember, this is taxable income. So if you've never had a self-employment job before where you had to keep track of your taxes, this is going to be very strange. Out of the $2,000, you actually have to pay back a certain amount depending on your tax bracket during tax season next year. Take that amount, stash it away, put it in a high interest savings account, wherever. Forget that it exists. You will need it during tax time next year, and you'll thank me then. But just put that money away based on your last year's tax bracket is a good place to start. Hopefully that helps you out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Hitting the like button or subscribing for YouTube's algorithms. I would really, really appreciate it. I want to continue making this content for you to make this information accessible. Thanks again, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.